This is not going to be beer related, maybe a little, because I have a beer here. Just wanted to hang out and talk to you guys and show you some stuff. I want to talk about cameras today, mostly, and about this beer maybe to start with. So it's beer related, okay? This is the acid malt sour IPA, pineapple IPA. You have the recipe in the recipe book already. I think, yeah, almost certain. Very interesting beer. It's gonna start with the grain to glass video of this one. It turned out good, but it's not really sour. But it's a nice beer. It's not perfect, but it's a nice beer. Oh, there comes the sun. Oh, lovely. So I've been struggling with my cameras. The first camera I started shooting on, of course I've already used my mobile, and that's not working very good either. You're seeing this on the mobile. Actually I spent so much money these last few weeks trying to improve on the video footage, because I said it before, I know you guys are sorry, I know you guys are here for the beer, but I always wanted to get into like filming, always been interested in that, but what should what should I film? So when I got into home brewing and I find out there was like found this community, I thought, this might be a way for me to start making movies, because I would really love to make like small short fictional movies, but yeah, I don't think that will happen. I've done that in other applications of my life. So I started out with this camera. This is the I bought this because I were going to use it as a still camera. This is a Nikon D5300. It's a very nice camera. It takes beautiful stills. I just have this lens, so it's not fancy, but I had an old camera, Sony A100 I think, but this is much better. It's a quite cheap camera, but it's nice, and it has the flip out screen, and yeah, the autofocus on this sucks. It can't be used, and it has a lot of noise to it, so it's not good for video. If you do manual focus, you could use it, of course, but it has a record limit of 20 minutes, so I've tried using it, but then it shuts down, and yeah, the video is ruined. But it's a nice still camera. So as I wanted a video camera, and yeah, I like the idea with filming with it. This is a DSLR, of course. It's kind of cool, but they are made for photos, and you see people using them for YouTube stuff, but they are mainly bought for photo taking stills. So I bought the, don't know why this mic, I don't use this mic really. I often use a lavalier mic to my phone and record it that way. On this I have a wireless going into the phone. I've used this mic for like my hop videos when I'm sometimes, and yeah, I have used it, but it's not very good to put a mic up on the camera. Okay, if you're doing like a vlog maybe. I don't do that kind of videos, but could be done. This little camera, it does take great photos. It's a 4K Panasonic, so it's a good camcorder. Did I say photos? Video. I don't know if you can take stills with it. Maybe you can. And it has a separate mic, because the onboard mic or sucks. It's 5.1, but yeah, it sucks. It has a clean HDMI out. When I've done my live streams indoors, I haven't done many, I used this one and it worked great. So it's a good camera, but can't really be trusted. I made my last video, this sucked sometimes during the recording, and I have some other cameras also which I'm using, but we ain't gonna go there today. And also one time when I filmed indoors, I have like a Buddha painting on the wall, and yeah, so it decided to focus on that instead. So you never know, and I think you might be able to pull out manual focus with this one. Maybe we should investigate that. Focus, manual focus, yeah. So I will try to even get to learn this camera better. And I also want better sound, so I have a Zoom F4 external recording device, which I have been using when I have been recording in the brew shed. I bought it, can't remember, but for the last season, if you say it like that. But I decided to get another camera, and don't know, maybe I should sell some cameras. I think I can find some use for them also. But I bought a new one. I also want, of course, a better DSLR which can be used for videos. But yeah, I decided to buy another camcorder, and I decided to buy a good one. It's not that this is bad, but it is a consumer camera. So I decided to step up so I could get a lot of stuff in the camera, because there are awesome things about camcorders, because they are made for video. And I don't know if this video is gonna make it, because it looks kind of dark there. I will do it again if I have to. So I bought a new camera which can do very many things, and it fits in here, so it's quite amazing. It's a new camcorder, new for me. So here it is. It's the Sony HXR NX80. So this camera also shoots 4K like this one, up to 30 frames per second. Don't really need 60 frames per second. Of course, that would have been nice. It does that in 1080. Then you can go up like 1,000 frames per second. No, not really, but you go to 100 frames per second in 1080. It does slow-mo and everything like that. And if you go down in quality, then yeah, you can go to 1,000. I would never do that. But the reason for buying a camcorder instead of doing mirrorless or DSLR is that everything is like out on the camera. Not everything, but so much is outside of the camera already. So many buttons to push. And you don't need to buy all of the extra stuff that you do, because we have, this doesn't zoom that much, so if I want to zoom more I need to get a telelens. This zooms up to, this is 18, it's not right, it zooms up to 12 times optical, then you can push it even farther. And if you're doing 1080 you can crop in on the 4K picture, so you can push it even farther, and of course it's not zooming, it's cropping. So if you're not into cameras, I guess this is not the Patron video for you. So outside here we can adjust the iris, or the it's the same as aperture, the size of the aperture. You can adjust the ISO, you can adjust the shutter speed right from here. Also have one wheel, I would have 1 or 2 wheels, one for manual focus and manual zoom. You also can zoom here, and you can zoom here, and you can dial in the menus how you want that zoom to react. You also have some presets here how you want the zoom to react to this button. And this handle you can take off, but in this handle you have the Pro Audio features. So we have double XLR mic inputs, which can also be controlled here. If you take that off, you have a mic input here, consumer mic input. These are more professional mic inputs. So this is the mic I'm using in the studio. I also of course can attach this one to the other channel. We just use one. If I use one channel for mono, I can do a safety track with a lower volume. Yeah, I'm a nerd, which I've been doing with my Zoom F4 external recorder, recording 2 separate channels, one with a lower gain, so if I decide to scream and my channel clips, I would have the other channel. So I can do all that in camera and control all of the audio outside here, and use whatever mic I want. This is phantom powered to 48 volts. A headphone jack out here. The volume for that is in the menu though. And we have a lot of buttons. We have 6 buttons. I can do whatever I want to. Buttons, sorry, not the other one. We have double SD card slots, which can be recorded as safety to both of them, or if I fill up another, I can record it and shift to the other one without losing a frame, or we can even do proxies. Don't know if you know what that is. And we have built-in real ND filters here. This camera doesn't work that great outside in the sun, so I have tried to use it, but it's not that great really, because we really need ND filters. ND filters is like sunglasses for your cameras, if you don't know what that is. So this has built-in ND filters. If I want ND filters on this one, I have to screw on a filter like this one. This is just a UV filter for protection. I have to screw on a loose one and try which one I want. They are like different shades of neutral gray. Here I have 3 different ND filters right there. So I dial in the one I want, and yeah, we go from there. And the autofocus on this camera is awesome. Don't think it's as good as maybe as the Sony A90, if it has that. No, maybe it doesn't. the Sony A6400 or the new Sony I don't know, the newest Sony cameras, but it is really good, and it does face tracking, and it tracks. You can choose what you want to track. Of course, for a bright day, there's also a separate monitor there. It's a camcorder. This doesn't have that. So if I would have bought and yeah, also it has great stabilizer. It's not like a gimbal, of course, but it has impressed with the stabilizer. Works great. So I will try that out more. Of course, it's gonna be a learning curve to this one. Also a double horseshoes up here. I want to mount like the receiver, or if I want to mount lights or anything to it. I'm really impressed with this camera. Of course, there are some downsides. It's a little bit fiddly with all the buttons, but it's so much quicker. It's one click, you have an NG filter instead of pulling out your camera bag, take out a filter, try that on. Okay, maybe you need a darker one. You have 3 ND filters built in. Of course, if you want to polarize a filter, something like that, you have to attach it to the camera. But everything is like here, and as I said, you don't need an extra lens because it's handled the most of it. It doesn't do like the creamy background, the bouquet that well if you don't use the zoom feature, that is. But that means that you have to put yourself from a distance from the camera, and yeah, this doesn't do that at all. So this has a very good zoom also, actually. It says 25 times here, but that's not correct. The only zoom I'm interested in is the optical zoom, not the digital zoom. So this is the camera, guys. What do you guys think? Do you think? And yeah, of course it has HDMI out, charging, USB, and I like to get a right white balance, and for this camera all I have to do is press white balance here and assign this little button to white balance, and then I can shoot from a gray card. Bam, white balance is set. This camera I always have to go into the menus and before setting the white balance, and this camera I have to take a picture of the gray card, then go into the settings and choose that picture. But yeah, so that's why you want a camcorder for video. I don't say it's for everyone, but everything here, if I want to use this for video, if I want to go manual, and that's the whole idea here. I don't want like automated stuff. I want the autofocus, and it ain't strange with this camera, but this has much better autofocus. Then I want the other stuff to be manual, and of course I want to be able to focus manual also. Just did like a pull focus experiment with this one, with that beer, so another beer, another glass. So I'm excited about the camera, and of course I said it's gonna be a learning curve for me with it. But yeah, and the cool thing, all of this fits into a small camera bag, and into this bag I can fit also, of course, charger and some extra stuff. But so this, I think this takes not that much space, counting that we have the external good recorder and everything on top of it. And let's pull it out. Move the mic into place, if I'm going to use that mic, that is. And we're ready to shoot. And yeah, I really in love with the ND filters. They're real ND filters inside of the camera. You can see it when you adjust them. It's not like darkening of the ISO, something like that. Awesome. So guys, sorry for the boring video. I'm going to London for the Bluetooth meeting next week, in the end of next week. So excited about that. I want to bring the camera, but I'm not sure. It was a very expensive camera. To think about that. So sorry guys for a long video, and it was mainly all about the camera, but I'm excited. Cheers guys, and thank you so much for your support. Let's end it there. Anyone brewing?